The first presentation we have this morning is on the use of innovative techniques in the management and protection of an underwater archaeological site, in particular the case study on the Sunken City in Ancient Epidaurus. And this is going to be given by Dr. Panagiota Galiatsatou. I want to make sure we pronounce your name. Can you hear us?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. So thank you for joining us today, and please go ahead with your presentation.
Okay, good morning to everybody. I will try to share the screen now, and please let me know if everything is okay. Okay, can you see?
Yes, we can. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, okay. So, as we said before, the title of our presentation is the use of innovative techniques in the management and protection of an underwater archaeological site, the case of the Sunken City in Ancient Epidaurus. Okay. The Ephorate of Underwater Antiquities was established by the Hellenic Ministry of Culture in 1976 to preserve, protect, and acknowledge to the public the antiquities found in the territory of the Hellenic state. Underwater cultural heritage sites differ significantly from the ones found on land in terms of the environment and its accessibility, and thus restrict the general public's access to them. In Epidaurus and elsewhere, innovative technologies can facilitate public access to underwater archaeological sites, thus enhancing positive effects on tourism and the local economy. The present paper aims at presenting how an underwater archaeological site like the Sunken City of Epidaurus can be transformed into a new tourist destination, both accessible and appealing to a wider audience, open to younger and senior audiences. The ancient city of Epidaurus is located on the east coast of the Archaeological Peninsula. The natural and safe harbour facing the Saronic Gulf had a role in the development of the city since the Proto-Helladic period in the 3rd millennium BC. Due to the proximity to the sanctuary of Asclepius, the city of Epidaurus flourished, especially during the Roman period. In 2018, in the framework of the European-funded program BlueMed, 2-year collaborative research started between the Ephorate of Underwater Antiquities, the Italian Archaeological School at Athens, and Iskra, aimed to record, excavate, and conserve the underwater antiquities in ancient Epidaurus. This was a decisive step to knowing and understanding the site deeper, and therefore opened the way to projects such as the one we are discussing today. The project, Autonomous Guided and Narrated Tour over the Sunken City of Epidaurus with the acronym PERIPLUS, started in February 2020 and finished in October 2023. It was co-financed by the European Union and Greek national funds under the operational program EPANEC in the frame of special actions, aquacultures, industrial materials, open innovation and culture. The partners that collaborated in the project were the Ephorate of Underwater Antiquities, the Institute for Language and Speech Processing, Athena RC, and Polatidis Marine Service. Periplus is a tour over the underwater remains of the ancient city of Epidaurus in a glass-bottom boat. It entails a journey through the past and present times with the use of storytelling. The aim of Periplus guided tour is to offer visitors an unforgettable, multidimensional and educational experience on board a sea vessel specifically designed for its needs. First, we will see the basic characteristics that were taken into consideration in the design of the tour, starting with the innovative tools that were used to provide an appealing touristic activity. The Periplus tour goes beyond offering a relaxing boat tour of the scenic Epidaurus coast. Its advanced technology can by itself be appealing due to its high novelty factor. The navigation of the boat is supported by a navigational system that functions without human intervention. The system enables real-time, safe, remote execution of automated navigation and guided tour scenarios using data transmitted from sensors such as the vessel's geographical position, the direction of the wind, the location of obstacles using ultrasounds, and the automated operation of the vessel's electric motor, which makes stops at preset specific locations at specific times. The tour also features each visitor's access to their individual tablet device, where they can experience a multimedia-rich digital storytelling. A second characteristic is the direct contact with nature and the antiquities, as the transparent bottom of the boat offers visitors on board visual contact with the underwater remains, as well as the rich underwater scenery and life. Also, there is a modular digital content, as the design of the digital storytelling experience provides independent narrative content at each step, offering the visitor choices as to its type. Finally, it is accessible to a wider audience, as the narration is provided in 3 languages, Greek, English, and Chinese. It is also accessible to people with hearing impairment through videos in Greek Sign Language. The sea journey starts off at the modern harbour, which lies at the same place as the one of Ancient Epidaurus. Inside and outside the port, on the seabed, there are architectural remains possibly related to the operation of the port. The boat makes its first stop at the 2 submerged moles, north and south, which you can see on the picture on the left. It then begins a circumnavigation of the peninsula that today we call Mysi, which was the center of the ancient city. The next stop is inside St. Blas's Bay. Here, visitors can observe a plethora of architectural remains dating from the classical to the early Christian years. An ancient inscription bearing 2 ancient names, Isilos and Damokritos, is visible in this area. The name Isilos possibly refers to an Epidaurian poet living around 300 BC, while Damokritos was probably a 4th century BC priest of the goddess Clypios or a Proxenus and Therodopus from neighboring Argos. The final destination of the boat is the Sunken City. Here, there are submerged architectural remains of an extensive Roman villa that are visible today at a depth of about 1 to 4 meters and extend over an area of about 1,600 square meters. Once they arrive at the Roman villa, visitors focus on the storage area of the dolia or jars through the glass-bottom vault. The jars are still preserved in situ and were probably used to store food, liquid or solid. Another point of interest is a floor made of ceramic tiles in second use, which is preserved in good condition, and you can see on the left bottom photo. On top right, we can see the apsidal south end of a row of small rooms, one of which could be associated with a dining room, most likely equipped with beds along the 3 walls used at symposiums. The last stop is the northeastern part of the complex. Here there are several indications pointing to the existence of baths, such as disc-shaped tiles from a hypocrust. You can see here one of the 3D presentations of the baths available to the visitors during the tour. Digital storytelling has long been recognized as an effective method for the communication of cultural heritage. The multimedia narrative combines fiction in the form of snapshots of everyday life of the people of Ancient Epidaurus. By being exposed to fictional everyday stories of everyday people, users will hopefully not only learn but also sympathize with them and adopt different perspectives contemplating on the past. To give one example, while looking at the storage area of the Dolia, visitors are presented with snapshots which revive fictional scenes taking place during the Roman era. A craftsman talks with his grandson about the construction of the storage room and the production of wine, which was a gift of god Dionysus. Each story leads to a series of questions concerning historical figures, historical facts, terminology, etc., mentioned by the characters in the dialogues, and the relevant answers. Wishing to further enrich the informational content, we have also used 3D video reconstructions and photographs of artifacts, architectural remains, and divers in action. Here you can watch a 3D reconstruction of the Villa of the Dolia. A pilot tour on the site took place in September and October 2023. We can now watch the short video of this tour.
Καλώς ορίσατε στο περίπου, μια θαλάσσια διαδρομή γνωριμίας με την ιστορία και τα υποθαλάσσια αρχαιολογικά κατάλοιπα της Ancient Epidaurus, μιας θέσης μεταπίκης υποδομή 1000 π.Χ. Αφετηρία μας είναι το λιμάνι της αρχαίας πόλης, το οποίο χρησιμοποιείται ακόμα και σήμερα. Και προορισμός μια ρωμαϊκή αγροτική ένοπλη που βρίσκεται εδώ και εργόμενος μέσα στον νερό. Η διαδρομή μας ξεκινάει αμέσως. Στη διάρκεια της διαδρομής θα υπάρξουν στάσεις, κατά τις οποίες θα έχετε την ευκαιρία να βυθιστείτε στο παρελθόν μέσα από τα στιγμιότυπα, ψηφιακές εμπειρίες, κάτι σαν snapshots της ζωής στην αρχαιότητα, αλλά και της ζωής των αρχαιολόγων, διτών και συντηρητών που εργάζονται για την προστασία της υποθαλάσσιας πολιτιστικής κληρονομιάς της περιοχής. Παράλληλα, έχετε πρόσβαση σε πληροφορίες που, αν θέλετε, μπορείτε να τις διαβάσετε και να τις ακούσετε ανεξάρτητα από τα στιγμιότυπα. 15 περίπου αιώνες πριν από την εποχή μας, η άνοδος της στάθμης της θάλασσας άρχισε να καλύπτει στρατηγικά κτίσματα που βρίσκονταν κοντά στις ακτές σε πολλές περιοχές της Πελοποννήσου. Ένα από αυτά είναι και η αγροτική ρωμαϊκή έπαυλη στην παραλία του Αρχαίου Γλασσίου, μια βίλα λούστικα, όπως ονόμαζαν αυτό του είδους της αγρικίας οι Ρωμαίοι. Ένα από τα χαρακτηριστικά ευρήματα εδώ είναι ένας αποθηκευτικός χώρος με πύθους, κλειστούς στον άπεδο, στερεωμένους με κονίαμα εξωτερικά. Οι πύθοι λέγονταν Dolia. Έτσι, το αρχαίο κτίσμα αποκαλείται σήμερα έπαυλη των Dolia.
One of the targets of this tour was to gather feedback regarding the visitors' experience on board. So, after the tour, 13 questionnaires were completed by visitors in both Greek and English. To give one example of the results, most participants said that they enjoyed the experience a lot. However, most visitors said that they found the tour too long. In the frame of this program, during the 3 years of its materialization, several other works took place simultaneously. For instance, a database was created which features multimedia material and the website of the project. Here you can see the homepage of the website. To sum up, Greece is a country with many seas and a long and glorious past with extensive underwater cultural heritage that constitutes an invaluable resource from an ecological, educational and economic point of view, and needs acknowledgement and proper treatment to continue offering great benefits to humankind. In the framework of this paper, we have presented how the Sunken City of Epidaurus can be transformed into a new tourist destination. The outcomes of the project are expected to be used as best practices and have a noticeable impact on a scientific level, but also on the growth of tourism and entrepreneurship in general, combining marine entertainment and cultural marketing, but also the creation of synergies between the different stakeholders involved, such as the state, the private sector, etc. Regarding the scientific results, the technologies concerning the automated guided tour could be launched to the market and be incorporated in other sites of underwater antiquities in Greece as well as abroad. At this point, Dr. Banu and myself would like to heartily thank the people who appear on the board, along with all the members of the teams who cooperated for the project in question. And of course, a big thank you to you all and the organizers of this excellent conference.